The Transgender Amendment Act was passed by both houses of parliament in April 2026. The law was met with significant criticism from both the community and the opposition parties across the country. So, what does the Trans Amendment Act do? First, it narrows the definition of transgender persons to include only certain trans feminine socio-cultural groups and persons with intersex variations. Second, it makes a medical recommendation mandatory for obtaining a transgender identity card. Third, it removes the statutory recognition of the right to self-perceived gender identity. While the constitutionality of this act has been challenged before the Supreme Court and several high courts, it is important to note that state governments can make rules under the act to address some of the challenges the new provisions introduce.
Under Section 23 of the Transgender Persons Act, state governments can frame rules to operationalize the provisions of the Act within their states. They can also issue government orders, protocols, and administrative guidelines to shape how authorities interpret and apply the law on the ground. This gives state governments a window to undertake measures to protect the rights of the community. So, what exactly can state governments do? 1. The Transgender Persons Amendment Act recognizes only a select group of socio-cultural identities, such as Joktas, Kinnars, Aravanis, and Hijras as transgender persons. These socio-cultural groups are not prevalent in every state. Further, these terms don't have stable or fixed meanings. In this context, state governments can issue a clarification and prescribe which trans groups prevalent in that state will be covered by the Act. 2. While the right to self-perceived gender identity has been omitted in the Transgender Persons Amendment Act, what we need to remember is that it continues to be a fundamental right. In Nalsa versus Union of India, the Supreme Court has categorically held that the right to self-perceived gender identity is a part of Article 19 and 21 of the Constitution. The fact that it stands omitted from the law does not take away the fact that it is still a fundamental right. There is a duty on governments, including the state government, to recognize and protect this right.
3. States may also introduce their own transgender cards for trans communities prevalent in that state. For example, Tamil Nadu already issues a state transgender identity card. Similar systems can help transgender persons continue accessing state welfare schemes and public services. 4. There is no ban on gender-affirming healthcare in India. Existing medical ethics standards and laws, including the Mental Healthcare Act 2017, continue to require non-discriminatory and appropriate healthcare for all persons, including transgender individuals. State governments may also clarify that the Amendment Act does not restrict access to gender-affirming healthcare within the state.
And these are only a few examples. Several other measures can be undertaken by the state government to continue to recognize and protect the rights of transgender persons. To know what these measures are, please read our report, What State Governments Can Do. We hope it serves as a useful resource for those engaging with governments, lawmakers, and courts on this very critical issue. Finally, we hope this serves as a resource to civil society as they mobilize on trans rights in our country.